Hey, what's good, everybody? It's your boy DK Bones here with another episode of the Bones Are Talking. It's been a minute for me doing a stream. It's been busy with life, family, work, all the above. But yeah, back doing a stream. Thank you for the 4 people that are watching. I don't know if it's come from YouTube, Twitch, or X, but I appreciate it. I don't know if they're bots or real people, but cool. Thanks for following. Got a little bit of everything today. Some movie trailers, some movie news, DC news, some politics, um, U.S. politics, some Mexico, interesting politics that's going on in that country right now. Some Florida man stuff, and I think one video game stream, something going on with Call of Duty. I think it just dropped this week. But without further ado, let's get into some of the topics. So let's find out what my first topic is going to be. Let's see what I'm going to choose to talk about first. Let me bring it up. No, not that one. Oh, here it is. Mario, Super Mario Galaxy movie. They just released a trailer. Comes out April 26th. Let's watch a little bit of this and cut some of the scenes while we watch it, so I don't get hit by I think it's Universal over that. So here we go. The animation to this to me, it looks amazing. They did a good job with this. I kind of love Bowser from the first movie. His song "Sing the Peaches" was amazing.
Hey, big guy! Oh, you wanted to see us?
Don't move, I'll be right up.
I forgot that they shrunk him.
Sipping the soup, cleaning the paint, and also trim
Look at that freaking like a Barbie house for him. That's amazing.
the bonsai bush. Here we go. Hey, Luigi. What's up, Mario? Behold, I made a masterpiece for Princess Peach. What do you think?
That's funny. It's funny. I'm looking forward to this.
Love the colors.
It's trash.
Yeah, you look at my masterpiece and say that.
I'll burn the skin off your bones.
Wow. Sorry about that.
I forgot what size he was.
That's the old Bowser talking. Still working through my demons, I suppose. Anyway, I need my 8 hours or else I really turn into a monster.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's continue. I can't say enough about the animation for this. It looks really good. Well, hi, Aiden. Welcome to the show. Thanks for watching. The animation of this looks amazing.
I'm Bowser Jr., and I'm gonna be taking my father now!
Yeah, it looks really good. See, I haven't played Mario Brother in years. So I don't know all the princesses and all the other new villains.
Princess Rosalina, you're coming with me.
Yeah, I don't even know anything about this character. Anyways, that is Mario Brothers. I don't know what everybody. What's up, Emily? It's a new Super Mario uh, Galaxy movie coming out in April. Hey, Emily, hell to you. Thanks for watching. Um, yeah, it looks decent to me. These movies aren't really made for me, but it looks really good. The animation on it looks good. I think they're bringing mainly everybody back, plus some new characters. I forget who they said was playing that new princess. I guess yeah, Brie Larson as Rosalina. I don't know how people feel about that. I don't. I don't have an issue with it. I think she's changed how she is. Happy Sunday to you, Emily. Hope you're having a great Sunday over your side of the country, your side of the world. But yeah, it looks decent to me. It looks animation. Um, I think they'll make good money with that movie. I don't know how much they spend to make it, but I think they're gonna milk that cow until it there's nothing else to milk for Mario Brothers, and I think they're somebody said that they have clips of not clips but stills of Zelda, the shooting of Zelda coming up. But on to the next trailer I saw showed that I liked how it started and what it was leading into. I didn't particularly like the ending of it, but they have the new Monarch Legacy of Monsters season 2 coming out. I guess it comes out April 27th on Apple TV, and it's like a 55-minute teaser, I guess, teaser trailer. Let's take a look at that.
Horizon has been defeated by the pirates of the New Age. Attention, sir, the beach is.
And I definitely have to stop this one because Apple will hit you for showing their trailers full.
Whoa, this is a high alert Titan area.
What the hell's that sound?
Yeah, February 27th. Again, I really like the. I'll tell you what I liked and didn't like from Monarch season 1. It's calm. That's a good visual of him. It's pretty cool. Oh, I got Kurt Russell back. I guess he did survive. Yeah, that looks good. I like what they did with the trailer there. I like not too much, not too less. Looks like Kurt Russell did survive. Let's see. Put it back some. Yeah, Kong. There's a new monster. Let's see if I went back too far. Yeah, Kong, visual Kong. I like the fact that they have Kurt Russell and his son. I guess they're going to do flashbacks again of Kurt Russell, the younger version, and his son, as his real son, real life. And I don't know how he survived, but the one thing I didn't like about the first season, some of the male characters, besides Kurt Russell, some of them seem like wimps, and the one Asian kid, he seemed like a wimp and a wuss compared to his sister and the other female counterparts. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact they made him seem like a little wuss. But how they went back in time to show what was going on in the present day, how they linked all the some of the movies with the show was pretty cool. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, overall, it wasn't a bad series. Obviously, if I'm showing a trailer and I'm looking forward to the second season, I think it, it's going to be. I think they'll get their numbers with it. But yeah, Kurt Russell, Monarch season 2, February. I think you said February 27th. So I will be tuning in, if not on that day, sometime during that week to watch it. So on to the next topic. I like having people on, but sometimes I like to stream by myself so I can get through some of the stuff I want to talk about, because I have a lot of stuff that I want to hit, and want to have other people here linger on too long on certain things. But it's cool to get other people's perspective. But when I have a shorter list, I like to have people on. The next topic is a movie that I'm interested in. There's no trailer for it yet. I don't know if they're going to drop something around the Super Bowl or before the end of the year, or after the Super Bowl. But Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, the first look, has stills of I can't speak today. Matt Damon. And they have images of Matt Damon. Photo shows Damon in Odyssey, armored and weathered, leading his men to the woods on the beach beside three warships. One shot highlights the massive Trojan horse dragged ashore by soldiers. Nolan's going full scale. And Nolan is a very good attention to detail director. And I think he puts his heart, you can tell he puts his heart into all the movies he makes. Also, Tom Holland's in it as I don't even know how to say the name. Odyssey's son. I didn't know Anne Hathaway as Penelope, Odyssey's wife. This comes out next year, I think in July. Let's see what Matt Damon had to say. Speaking with Empire, Matt Damon calls Odyssey exactly what you want. The summer movie, he describes the shoot as the best experience of his career, praises Nolan's practical approach, filming across real oceans, using thousands of extras, construction full-scale props, including the Trojan horse, which you don't see a lot of directors or movies doing anymore. They always use green screens and freaking I can't even think of the word, but you know what I'm talking about. They don't go to locations anymore, which I think draws a lot of people. And if you go to locations and you're building your own sets, I think it's pretty cool. Damon said, I saw the horse on the beach, and I was like, F. Damon said it was just so cool. There's Tom Holland. Damon plays Odyssey in Nolan's adaptation of Homer's epic, which follows the king of Ithaca on a perilous return from the Trojan War. Damon describes Nolan's direction. Militia. I don't know how to say the word, man. I'm bad today. But also flexible, sharing scenes like the horse laying up. We're approached with a figure it out when we're there attitude. Yes, I know Nolan never hides what's in the script, and if it says Odyssey runs from a Cyclops, then Damon runs for his life. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you can see like the shoots, real, no green screens and special effects. I'm pretty sure there's special effects in it, but for the majority, he tries to stay away from it. He said Nolan shot over 2 million feet of film. Oh, so back in the day, when DVDs were a thing, Blu-rays, the extras you would get to see would be pretty cool. With this movie, it seems like Christopher Nolan confirms the Odyssey was filmed using over 2 million feet of IMAX film. The production lasted 91 days, including open sea filming with real ships and actors at sea. No green screens, no studio tanks. Wow, that's pretty cool. And halfway, still beautiful. Nolan says the goal was to push the mythical filmmaking further than anyone has before. What I saw is that all of the great mythical cinematic work that I've grown up with, I've never seen it done with sort of weight and credibility that an A budget and a big Hollywood IMAX production can do. He calls Homer's Tale foundational and says the project has been in his mind since he passed on directing Troy. Oh wow, I didn't know he passed on directing Troy, which was a decent movie. Here's the picture from Empire. Let's talk about the images. These are give the clearest look at Nolan's groundbreaking approach to scale. Oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Film details. Everybody basically knows what the Odyssey is about. Comes out July 17, 2026. I'm definitely looking forward to this movie compared to all the sequels and everything that's coming out. Christopher Nolan, Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, and Tom Holland. I think this is going to be. I think it's going to be a sleeper, but I think people who need it watch. I think it's going to be good. I think something different than what we normally get in the theaters in summertime. I think it probably have the same effect like F1 did. Something different than a Marvel or DC or Star Wars movie that people are kind of getting tired of. Anyways, I'm trying to close out. Computer's acting up. Pardon me, everyone. All right, on to some DC news. It's going to be brief. I think this is it. Oh, yeah. This is it. All right. So with the whole thing with Warner Brothers, I guess Paramount, Sundance, Skydance, Sundance or Skydance are trying to purchase on in terms of Netflix, Comcast, and now I guess there's another bidder in company from Saudi Arabia. Let's read this article. Let's go now said that Saudis may be entering the mix to buy Warner Brothers Discovery. The public investment fund PIF of Saudi Arabia, reportedly worth upwards of $1 trillion, may be entering the fray for the potential takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery and maybe teaming up with Comcast Corporation. So Comcast and this company are involved together. Comcast CEO Brian Roberts recently traveled to Saudi Arabia where he held meetings with PIF officials while exploring a WBD bid. According to the New York Post and Puck News, Roberts also visited Quadid, the site of Saudi Arabia's upcoming mega city of play, where a Universal brand theme park is expected in partnership with the Comcast theme park business. So I don't know what people think about this. I guess Comcast will probably headline it, but the Saudis are going to be involved in it, which Saudis are buying up a lot of things. I don't know how people feel about overseas. I think it's a Saudi company that bought EA. Is it EA? The company that made Battlefield 6. They purchased that. They own that company now. But I don't think it'll be too bad. The Comcast. The thing is like if Comcast absorbs Warner Brothers, there's like a lot of things at play, like the theme parks. Like here in Orlando, they have a Marvel area. Will they replace that with DC if they purchase that? And then plus, Six Flags right now, and most of all their parks have DC character theme rides. So how would that play? Would Six Flags have to pay, or would Comcast honor the contracts that Six Flags has with Warner Brothers right now, and then will that phase out, and they would have to change those themes, or would Six Flags just keep them um, and pay Comcast? So it's a lot of things that play with this. Uh, I don't know how fast Warner Brothers is going to announce they're going to accept somebody's bid, but I believe probably at some point next year they will. But this is interesting to have the Saudis involved with Comcast to buy Warner Brothers. I don't think it would be a bad idea, but just leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Please, again, like, subscribe, share. I've got a small channel. I'm on my quest to get to 100 subscribers. I only got 64, so I'm a small channel, but I'm trying. And also check out some of my James Bond review videos. I'm doing most of my videos on things I like instead of beating a dead horse on things that I really don't care about or understand. All right, on to the next. Since we're talking about DC, we have to bring up Miss Sweeney at some point. She's either good news or bad news in some people's eyes, but I saw this and I figured I dropped it. Drop it. People want her to play Power Girl, which I mean, she has the gifts for play Power Girl. Actually, I don't think I've ever watched any movie she's been in, but she's an attractive woman and she could play Power Girl. I think this is AI generated. I don't think she actually put that on, but people's comments definitely the breast to play Power Girl. I think Kat Dennings should be a Doom variant. Those are, I mean, she's a comic accurate. Give me heads would explode with rage. Now she has super jeans, breast picture nominee at Oscars. Power Girl only dates black guys in the comment. A little to the nose. Yeah, these comments are fun. The comments are funny. With those little pillows, she could feed every hunger baby. Should get good genes, or is it the genes? Anyways, that's all that. So she's always in the news. So we need for Power Girl, I guess. All right, on to the next. Yeah, I moved through topics quick when I'm by myself. What do we have next? Oh, all right. So here's a video of Raymond Simone talking about one of her co-stars from her show, talking about the goings on in Hollywood. Let's read the article and then we'll play the video. Hollywood actress Raymond Simone just said that some of Orlando Brown's claims about people in the industry are true and calls him unhinged Cat Williams. Orlando Brown was her Disney co-star who claimed that the industry is run by head elites, the harvest adrenochrome, their clone celebrities. He also claims that some stars undermine control. Obama works with Satanists. Walmart traffics children and puts some on ads and commercials, and he was abused by Diddy. He had relations with Will Smith, among many other claims. This is just claims from this young man, Orlando Brown. Simone never specific which of these claims are true, but let's hear what she has to say.
Be in my life forever. I also got into the industry knowing that people that I work with for years and years and years might be in my life forever. And I will always be this way with Orlando. I think he is one of the funniest people I've ever worked with.
So fun.
I think even now he knows exactly what he's doing. He, to me, is an unhinged Cat Williams.
I'm sorry about the music in the background, but that's from the stream. Or their own stream.
Of his generation, unhinged. Not you, Cat. You're hinged, and I love you for it. He's smart. He's smart.
Yeah, it's
So smart.
And I know Orlando's history. I know his life. I know some of his personal, and that's not my MO. Like, I am not that person. but he is, and that's why I've never really fully enjoyed.
The one thing I don't like is when people speak on somebody else's behalf, but then like you're telling his business, but you don't have the same viewpoints. Like it, it's like she's, I don't know if she's supporting him or throwing shade at him, kind of a thing, I guess.
Engaged because I know my strengths, and my strengths aren't the quips that he has. It's not like I wouldn't have never done bop, bop, bop. Like that's not. That shit was hilarious to me. I was like, wow,
They
bro.
put a beat on it.
Oh, it was
They
good.
put a beat on it. And I was like, yo, drop this. They put a beat
I'm
on
not
it.
mad at him for it.
No.
I do think though that you know, you
The music, I didn't know they had music in with this, but
you're messing with the industry that raised you, bro. You're calling out people that
He went deep.
He went deep with
But
a lot of people.
But you're telling me that he's a wrestler? You know what that means? He's a troll, a wrestler.
I'm not gonna play the rest of the music. Well, I guess we'll see if I can last through it.
Is, you know, they call wrestling is real as a heart attack.
Yes.
But it's considered a work.
Oh, he's a wrestler.
It's a work.
I like that.
You like that? So
I think he's a wrestler.
But he started as a baby face. That's a good guy in wrestling, and now you're saying he's in his heel era.
I think he is. I think he's in his attack era.
But when he goes after the industry, do you co-sign it? Come on, you know it's not the best spot.
I know that's why I do not combat Orlando, because some of the things that he says, I'm not mad at him for.
No.
But when
Yeah, she ain't gonna back him. She know what time it is. She make herself a target, and she's not really a significant person anymore. I think she had that one daytime talk show, but she's not a significant person anymore.
he comes for people with, listen, you have to know how to bait people in this industry, then say the truth, and then leave on a button. And I think he does that perfectly. He says some crazy shit. Then he tells the truth, and then he leaves on a button, and you don't know what you're.
And my brain is like going, what? I'm grabbing what's real, what's not. You know what I mean? So like,
he's doing the job right.
Amazing.
And I'm not mad at you, bro. Just keep my name out your mouth.
But she's doing the same thing. She's doing the same thing.
And keep the people that you lying about out your mouth. That's all it is. And I'm not. Do you?
But it's funny because if you watch the show, she did it all the time. So for her to be saying that is kind of.
Mm-hmm. But some of the stuff you say is real. You know what I mean?
Anyways, I don't know what people think about that, but Orlando Brown, I guess, is calling out the industry. And I don't know if people remember too much about Orlando Brown, but oh, here he is. I guess I got a clip.
You gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
Nigga, you can take the, but he wants you. You gotta say.
Let's see what else. I think this is him too.
I mean, she gave me, and then I gave her some.
No, he's wild, but there's some darkness going on, and then it's always the people like Orlando Brown that aren't really big in Hollywood speaking up about it, but none of the big artists are speaking out about it because they don't want to lose their meal ticket. So there's a lot of dark stuff going on, not just in Hollywood, but in government. They're all involved. That's why it will never, Epstein files and all that stuff will never get dropped because there's so many people involved in it. So many hits would grow in that industry and government and whatever. Anyways, one thing that I'm looking forward to and I'm going to try to make is MegaCon that's coming up March 19th through the 22nd. It's here in, not that far from me, about an hour or so away at the convention center at Orange County. It's in Orlando, Orange County. So all those that can make it, you might see me there. All right, moving on to some politics, which I know a lot of people don't like talking about, but I talk about it because I think there's a lot of knuckleheads running this country, running this world, and we're going to talk about some U.S. politics. So this is from Lindell TV. Watch Al Green says giving taxpayers their own money back is offensive. Our reporter asks, Representative Al Green, is the picture of him, simple question. President Trump wants to get government out of healthcare, send the money straight to the people. Would you support that? His response, that's offensive. Those are tax dollars. And where are the tax dollars coming from? It's coming from the people. So, and it's redistribution of the wealth. No, you're just letting people keep their money. It's stealing, filthy, unclean. No, you just want to control the money flow and who gets it. You want to control it. I, Al Green, a liberated Democrat, will not so giving Americans back their own money is offensive, but forcing them to fund a bloated system run by DC elites isn't. Also, the fact that Representative proudly reminded us that Congress has some of the best healthcare in the world. Yeah, they get free healthcare. They're using our money to pay for their health. Nice to know the ruling class is covered. Hey, if they weren't, we're sure their legal stock trades would foot the bill. This is why Washington is broken. Listen to this clown.
President Trump is now talking about leaving the government out of the healthcare issue and sending the money straight to the American people. Would you support that? Is that a fix for this ongoing problem?
Well, Republicans used to call that redistribution of wealth. Someone ought to ask them, is this redistribution of wealth when you take money from the American people? By the way, those are tax dollars. Those are tax dollars.
That's American. That's our money, though. If you pay taxes, that's your money. It comes out of your check. You have to process your taxes. I mean, it's our money.
This whole fiasco has been one episode of pretense on the president's part that the money is coming from China and other countries, while in fact it has been coming from many of the business people in this country and some of the consumers in this country. So those are tax dollars. And what he's saying to people is, I'll take your tax dollars and give you some of your tax dollars back. I find that very offensive. You shouldn't take them in the first place under the guise of saying that they're coming from another country. That's an insult.
Are there any bipartisan discussions being had on a fix to this issue? Because the premiums are just skyrocketing under Obamacare, and they will continue to do so. Is there an alternative solution being discussed here?
Leader Jeffries and Democratic leaders have indicated consistently that they are amenable to negotiation. They've said it since day one and before.
They want to control. They want to control the market for healthcare. They want to control whatever they can get their hands in. That's what all Obamacare was about. It wasn't about helping the unfortunate. That's what Medicare and Medicaid was supposed to be for. Fixing the premiums for Obamacare won't happen. And I think that these Congress people and these people in government should have to face the same issues we have to face when it comes to healthcare and all the economy and everything else. It makes no sense why they were getting paid while during that government shutdown and other Americans, hardworking American citizens weren't getting paid. And then that their healthcare, they get free healthcare the rest of their lives when you serve in government. And we got to fight to pay premiums out of our checks. And you go to the hospital, you still got to pay a certain amount. It's just ridiculous. I think the cost of healthcare is one problem. The premium insurance is a problem. It's all a big scam. It's a big money market. And then also treatment at how you get at hospitals
because
and doctor's offices. They don't even treat you like a human being. Most places don't anymore. They treat you like a freaking like you're a car part or a vehicle or something, like you're just a number to them.
This could have been negotiated before they brought the filthy bill to the floor. And that's what's coming from the Senate. It is stealthy and it is filthy. It is not clean. It is not a clean sea offer. So they could have negotiated before now, but they choose not to. And the they means the Republicans. If they choose to negotiate, fine.
The biggest problem I have is everybody's finger pointing instead of fixing the problem. And the reason why they're finger pointing and making this little theatrical thing on both sides is people are getting paid behind the scenes, man. They're getting paid from the insurance companies, from the pharmaceuticals, you name it, that they're getting money. And they shouldn't be getting the money they're getting.
Fine, let's do that. But don't choose to have us capitulate and then call that having been a negotiation. No, capitulation is take it or leave it. Negotiation is give and take. They're willing to take, but they're not willing to give.
So do you think, how are you going to vote tonight? Shouldn't we have the government reopen so that we can have these negotiations and these discussions?
The government never should have closed. They have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. So let's not talk about reopen.
Anyways, yeah, well, we all know what happened. The government opened back up. We got Mr. Fetterman, who I think he collapsed and fell, but I guess he's doing better now. But here are his comments on, this is before the government reopened. Here are his comments on, what channel is this? Anyways, here we go.
Do you believe that this may be, at least in part, about your party changing and the populist movement in reaction to MAGA and the Democratic Socialists, that this may be a moment where they want to take over the Democratic Party?
I promise you.
Oh, he's talking about how AOC and all these other socialist parties are trying to take over the Democratic Party, which would be insane.
America's future and my party's future is not socialism or kinds of outlandish far left kinds of ideas. And it's been a year ago, after we lost the election, a lot of those parts and part of those ideas pushed our party over the cliff. And that's why we're in this situation right now. That's why we're firmly in the minority. And that's why we've lost control of the White House. So some people, if you think that's a solution, that's fine, but it's going to be a competition of ideas. And we know that's not going to prevail. What's going to prevail is common sense. What's going to prevail, choosing this country over, part of the extreme in our party. What's going to prevail is common sense. And I do believe, for me, in the kinds of chaos that we have in this Trump administration, we should respond with order and logic and patriotism and not shutting down our government right now. And that's where I'm at. And I don't know why that's controversial. That's not a big tent party. If you're not allowed to have the opinion that it's wrong to shut our government down and put these people in the middle of it and now referred to as you're a traitor or, saying all these other.
Yeah, they're coming after him, man. They're coming after him because he's trying to think for himself and not going on the radical side. He's actually trying to meet in the middle, which both sides should be doing. And it's sad because both sides, like if you're not on one side, you're considered a traitor, and that's on both sides instead of doing what's right for the American people. And that's all I have to say about that. It's sad on the state of our country, but we're not as bad as what's going on in Mexico right now. I guess there's an uprising. The one mayor that got killed and assassinated a few weeks ago or last month, President Claudia Sheinbaum's reign in terror is coming to an end, especially after the cartel assassination hit on Mayor Carlos Manzo. Manzo was the seventh mayor killed in the state since 2022. Just let that sink. They're out there killing diplomats, and the second highest profile assassination in a 2-week span. The good people of Mexico anti-cartel rebellion has reached a presidential palace in Mexico. People around the world are awake, and the same will follow for all tyrannic governments connected to the cabal and cartels. Now let's play some of what's going on in Mexico. This is outside her palace. They're on rocks. This those are tables or barricades, whatever that is. Yeah, this is looking bad. Yeah, those are, you're knocking them down. And she had a nerve to talk about what's going on here in the U.S. This one is out of Fox News. I think it gives a little bit more in detail to what's going on.
She's calling Mexican Senator Lily Tellez a traitor for coming on Fox Noticias with me a few days ago and saying this. Listen.
The help from the United States to fight the cartels in Mexico is absolutely welcome, and that is how the majority of Mexicans feel.
I'm sorry.
Mexico is furious.
Fight the cartels in Mexico is absolutely welcome, and that is how the majority of Mexicans feel. The only ones who don't like that President Trump is sending help and trying to support Mexicans against the cartels are the narco politicians. That includes President Sheinbaum.
Wow.
Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum responding, saying, quote, "It's not a minor issue that a senator gave an interview to a foreign media outlet calling for intervention." Here to discuss is that Mexican Senator Lily Tellez.
I think this video is older, but you can tell that there's a lot of crap going on in Mexico right now, and it's not looking good at all. You have rioters. So this is the one video where they show them fighting back the crowd, but there's tons of people out there. I think if they were a little bit well organized, they probably ounced her out. But you can't. There's no way they can get a fair election down there. I don't think, with the cartels involved. I think it will be a big feat for them to try to ounce her out. I think there's other video stills, but yeah, you can tell. Oh, here's some more, but it looks like millions of people out there. And I think people had enough living in fear for the cartels. I can only imagine. But thoughts and prayers for the people of Mexico. Thoughts and prayers. It's just a sad situation. What's going on down there? All right, we're gonna get into some Florida news. Not Florida man news yet, but this happened last weekend. I believe it was last weekend, and this is horrific. I don't think it shows, but this fool. People, just imagine being out enjoying your time out on town, and you get hit by a car fleeing from police. 4 people are dead and at least 13 injured after a man crashed in a crowd outside a building in Tampa, Florida. Tampa police arrested 22-year-old Silas Sampson on multiple charges after a deadly crash. Officers spotted 2 vehicles racing before Florida Highway Patrol joined and tried to pit maneuver. Vehicles sped down busy 7th Avenue, losing control and crashed. More than a dozen people were hit outside a business. 3 pedestrians died at the scene and 4th died at the hospital. Officials said 13 others were injured, with conditions ranging from life-threatening to minor. Some victims may have gone to the hospital on their own, raising the total to as many as 17. But here's a video. If you don't want to watch, don't watch. But they blurred out the people. But yeah, he's fine. He slowed it down. But just imagine, this is when the cop pit maneuver. I turn off the sound, but you can see they filled the pit, and then he just raced down Ybor flying, and this is when he hit the people. Right here, let's see what he has to say.
And what I can tell you is all the victims were over 20, and they were all adults. and we had 4 that were here that tragically lost their lives. They were out in Ybor having a good time, expecting to go home safely, and a careless, reckless driver takes everybody's lives in his hands and just ended this night in a situation that's never going to be.
Yeah, it's sad. Hope there's swift justice to this. I guess this is some of his Facebook or what's the name pictures. Because he wanted to be a thug, but yeah, racing these freaking maniacs racing down these highways, no regard of human safety is ridiculous, and hopefully they have swift justice from the taxpayers don't have to pay too long for his stay at, in the jail. Some Florida man news though. Haven't done a stream in a while, so I'm like all over the place. To some more funny police chase. So this individual, I think this past week, was fleeing from Volusia County PD and local police. I think Fish and Wildlife were involved. This guy, let me see if I can make this bigger. No, I cannot. Volusia County search of a man that fled in a stolen car and then hid in the swamp. He's in the water. A man fled from Volusia County deputies in a stolen car, hiding in the swamp, is still on the run. This is the other day, but they eventually found him. Some of the comments on here was funny. I guess the warden saying, "Come, come on, somebody, why don't you run? Old red itching to have a little fun." I guess it's a old theme song, old song. He's one with the swamp now. If he survives the gators, I'll be surprised. I remember the fugitives in Deland who tried to hide in a pond some years ago, and an alligator got them. Look, the thing is, the water down here is the temperature has dropped, so I don't know if some of the alligators during this time were dormant. Hiding in the floor swan is probably not the smartest idea. No. The way that the weather has been with the gators and snakes are pretty dormant. I think the guy got out. The alligators going to eat Uber Eats starting in their town. Very possibly he's still in the water inside a gator, a true Floridian, and knows he's got nothing to worry about in the swamp except for hypothermia this time of year. Yeah. Anyways, they find the dude. Let's see. Here he is. Earl Dorsey is in custody after extended stay in the swamp. He was apprehended this afternoon it's like a day or two ago, by K9. Dory fled from police Wednesday in a stolen truck bailed out in the area of Daylong Springs State Park. He pointed a gun at deputies who pursued him, then pointed the gun at his own head and went further into the swamp. His own complaint today is that he's thirsty and his legs hurt. He has been transferred to the hospital and will later be booked in jail on his warrants and new charges of aggravated assault on Leo ×2, possession of a weapon by a convicted felon, fleeing from the law enforcement, and possession of methamphetamine. 2 others from the vehicle were arrested. But that's pretty impressive, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was cold, man. That's pretty impressive. Jeez. Let's read some of these comments. He better be glad that the gators in Dealon Springs didn't find him first. Can we please send the canine apprehension? I'm surprised the gator didn't get him. People don't think about that before they jump in the water. From the cops. Boxers in one stop wonder what he started with. Imagine when the crank wore off. He was like Wile E. Coyote when his Acme rocket ran out of fuel right after flying off the cliff in the road. That's funny. He's lucky to be in custody, not in the gator bait. These swamp puppies didn't get him. You can run, but you can't hide from him. At this point, I'm sure he's happy he's been arrested. 3 squares and a cop looking for pretty good. that it was the cold and the skippies. Better be glad it wasn't summertime. The bugs would have made him turn himself in the same day. When they said drain the swamp, this isn't what they meant. Anyways, here's a video of it. I think this is when he escaped from and hid. That's hilarious, man. That is funny. Anyways, that is my Florida Man news for this week. All right, and then last but not least, I guess people are clowning. They're clowning Call of Duty right now. We're gonna watch this clip, and then I think there's other worse clips that's out there for this. But yeah, the campaign mode looks pretty bad. The giant after him, and then watch after the explosion. Watch what this girl does. I guess she's robotic, but it all seems.
Did she just fucking turn into Captain America? Did she just turn into Captain America? What am I playing?
So yeah, people are yeah, checks all the boxes. Woman, black, fat, lesbian, prosthetic leg and arm, Mary suit, empowered, protecting and save the lives of the cowardly man. Yep, all the above, man. Look, the guys are cowering. Yeah, that's perfectly said. How is this real? What are they thinking? This breaks all the laws of physics and good taste at the same time. There's a lot of slop that will need to be pushed out of the system. The golden age of gaming is almost there. I can feel it. Yep. I wonder how many people they got to that are playing this game compared to Battlefield 6. Yep, that's what it looks like. Yeah, pretty bad. Anyways, I'm gonna leave on a note. Share my friends' information for if you're dealing with any kind of abuse or you know somebody's dealing with abuse. Here's my friends' information. They deal with men, women, young people. Just call and help us there if you need it. Anyways, your boy DK Bones. Please like, subscribe, share my content. Again, I'm doing a lot of videos on James Bond right now. I think I'm up to film number 14. Some of that stuff's gonna be dropping this week. I dropped one today. All this week's gonna be dropping around 9 a.m. So if you like that kind of stuff, please stay tuned to some of my videos. Again, like, subscribe, comment, let me know how I'm doing. And I will catch you guys next time. Stay blessed and stay safe.